Okay, well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our ULT Tuesdays. This is where we talk about
If you give
transfer.
me the thumbs up if you're
Oh,
good, I'm gonna get us
one
going.
second. So sorry, you guys.
ULT Tuesdays. This is
Having
where
There we go. Having some backlash. Okay, this is where we come together and we talk about community. We talk about health tools that can uplift our physical health and well-being and really enhance our quality of life. So this Tuesday, we are going to be talking about our Fit February transformation. And we hold these transformations quite often. And this time around, we're really focusing on enhancing the movement and exercise and fitness in our lives in tandem with really supporting ourselves with high quality organic nutrition. So I have been an athlete the majority of my life. I grew up in a mountain town, running around in the mountains, doing all kinds of rock climbing and snowboarding and mountain biking. And I've always really, really loved moving my body. And it was about 7 years ago that I really got into West African dance as well. So movement has always been a very foundational element of my life. But I also had kids a few years ago. I have a 4-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, and I recognize that my personal care kind of gets put on the back burner a little bit. And I have recently started doing some personal training and really getting back into that commitment of my personal well being. And I will say that this organic superfood nutrition that we're going to be utilizing during this transformation has really given me the confidence to get back into my athleticism and my movement and that commitment to myself, because I know that I'm being fully nourished and supported and, repaired, and my body just feels really, really good. So I've been doing a series of interviews with a lot of professional athletes as well as just people who are really dedicated to movement in their life. And we've been having this conversation about how nutrition and fitness really go hand in hand. Like you can't really have one without the other. I mean, you can, but if you really want to see that the quality of life really enhanced and see that longer term endurance and sustainability, the two are very important to put together. So that is our focus for this Fit February transformation, is pairing movement and resources and tools for that with supreme organic nutrition and recipes and support. And the third component is really bringing in this community aspect. I personally think it's so much more fun to do things with people and in connection with other people. So we have this support group for Fit February that my sister's going to talk all about, but that's really focused on supporting each other and being those positive reinforcements for one another in these health goals, in these fitness goals that we may have and that we really want to get going on in our life. So before we dive into the details of what it all is and the support group and the nutrition, I'm going to bring on a couple of my friends who have been dedicated to this lifestyle for the past few years, really focusing on this level of fitness and nutrition in their lives. And they're just going to come on and share a bit about how it's impacted them and how it's really supported them in this process. So Sammy is our first guest. She is an amazing woman. She considers herself an endurance junkie because she's out there running around in the mountains and skiing and doing all kinds of fun sports and activities. And she's also a huge health advocate. So, Sammy, I'd love for you to come on and just share a little bit about why you're excited for this community transformation container. And then also anything you want to share about how pairing this nutrition with your fitness has really amplified your life.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here. Um, yeah, I think having these containers is huge because we can learn so much from one another. And also just sharing in the experience together. I think holding space for this sort of transformation of like, we're going to hold each other accountable and we're going to share what works and what doesn't work. And we're going to cheer each other on. I think that's super huge. And as far as my own experience working this nutrition into my life, I can't even. I mean, there's like no place to even start or stop because I feel like it's completely transformed my physicality. I don't get sore anymore. Which I just don't. I don't understand how that's possible. I recover so much faster, and I have so much more energy than I did before. I haven't gotten injured, and I'm going to knock on wood. That's a big thing for me is staying well enough so that I can keep going. So yeah, I just it's transformed all avenues and areas of my athletic performance.
That's awesome. And that's amazing coming from someone who does really like long-term endurance athleticism. And I'm curious, why do you feel like nutrition is such an important aspect of fitness?
Man, well, I think there's so many reasons, but to keep it concise, when we're exercising or working out, we're tearing muscle fibers. And so we're forcing our body to rebuild stronger. And if we're not giving ourselves adequate nourishment or nutrition, vitamins and minerals, micronutrients, salts, I mean, all of those things, then we're not going to rebuild stronger. We're actually going to be depleted and we're going to be weaker. And that's actually what aging is. So I think it's super crucial when you're athletic.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And why are you so focused on whole food nutrition? Sammy also owns a juice bar. She has a juice business. And, you know, the thing that I really love that we focus on is like this organic whole food nourishment versus I know there's a lot of other things out there in the fitness world that have chemicals and words you can't pronounce and all that stuff. And so why do you feel like the whole food approach is so important, especially for athletes?
Well, I mean, that's what we're meant to be eating. That's what comes from nature, and that's where we come from. And also, our body just doesn't recognize isolated nutrients. It really just doesn't absorb as much. And so we have to consume way more than we need. Our eliminative organs and all of our sort of detoxifying organs in our bodies are overwhelmed at what they have to do. And we just don't get as much out of it. And so there's a lot of wasted money and a lot of wasted bodily processes and just not very good bang for your buck.
Couldn't agree more. Well, thank you so much, Sammy. And Sammy's been one of our co-facilitators in the past, and she offers just like amazing little fitness routines, just like 5 minutes here, move your body. And also, you've also offered some really amazing little like fuel, superfood fuel when you're going on these high endurance things. So you can look forward to those things. And I'm just excited to do this with you again, Sammy. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks.
Awesome. All right. I would love to bring on Mary Cornwell. She's also someone who's been in our community and been doing these transformations for a few years. And Mary, do you want to jump on and share what you're excited for Fit February, and also just share your experience in terms of your movement and incorporating these whole food nutrients?
Totally. Thanks, Mary Beth. I'm currently en route right now I just arrived in Colorado and for a ski trip. So goes hand in hand with athleticism and fitness. And I'm really excited because even like 2 years ago, I couldn't have seen myself going on a ski trip, but I'm really planning on using these nutrients and like the aminos and power shake and all those things, super xanthan, to really flood my body and give it fuel and nourishment. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. We just went for a walk in the park. But I feel like my athleticism and my health has really transformed the past 15 months. I started Purium to overcome a lot of chronic illness and autoimmune issues that I was battling. And before I got sick from old toxicity, I was training for a half marathon. I was in great shape, running like 30 plus miles a week. And I feel like for the first time in 5 years, I'm slowly but surely getting back to that point. And to be able to know that like I'm going to be skiing the next 3-4 days, and knowing that Purium is a really big part of bringing me back to that just feels really good. And really, if you're thinking about this and it's like on your radar, I just say give it a shot, because it's been such a transformative tool in healing from sickness, but also just allowing my body to perform and start to like bring back what it used to be able to do.
And Mary, I know you've been on quite the health journey. I'm curious, when you started to get back into your athleticism after starting to heal, what do you think was the most supportive nutrients for you during that time? Or what were some of the most supportive movements for you during that time? Because there are people that will be joining us that aren't athletes that are just trying to get back into it. So I'm curious if you have any tips there.
Totally. Well, the Super Amino 23 has been huge. I lost from when I was really sick, I lost a lot of weight and a lot of like muscle mass. I lost 25 pounds and I'm already a really petite, small person. And so the super aminos were really able to help me gain that weight back. But then as I started to like hike more and like as I'm going to ski, I'm going to take the aminos beforehand. And then the Can't Beat This has been really helpful too. I never really drank coffee because it always made me really jittery, but I feel like the Can't Beat This is a really clean, pure source of energy. I'm even using it on the road trip because I left at like 5 this morning. And so those are two things. I mean, the power shake is great too. There's just so many different things. I think it depends on like where your body's at and what your health goals are. That's the beauty of it, is that there is something for everybody.
Yep. Awesome. And then I'll just ask you one more question in terms of how has the community aspect really supported you in terms of kind of getting back into fitness and achieving these health goals you've had?
Yeah, I think the accountability and just like seeing other people excel in certain areas, either whether it be like the business side of things or like other people having their own health transformations, is always just really inspiring. And being able to have a community container of support is really important, especially with times that we're living in now where a lot of things are going remote. I think it's beautiful to be able to connect even just virtually with people and know that you're on the same page as other people and that there are others in this journey. And I think it's really cool that we're doing a Fit February because it blends both the nutrition and the fitness together. And originally, before I got sick, that was my background, was exercise science, kinesiology. And so I feel like it just really ties in everything in a really holistic way.
Beautiful. I couldn't agree more. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Mary, and have fun on your ski trip. That sounds awesome.
Thank you.
Beautiful. All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to pass it off to my sister to share a little bit more about, what is this exact support container that we have and what are these nutrients that we're going to be adding into Fit February. So Rita, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Mary and Mary Cornwell and Sammy, for sharing your stories. You ladies inspire me so much, and it's just been incredible to watch your journey. And I'm excited to dive into and share a little bit of education behind these superfoods. They have also transformed my life. I was at a point where I thought I was really healthy and doing all the right things, but I knew that there was something that I was missing, and I couldn't figure out what that something was until I started to learn about soil health and soil science from Dr. Zach Bush. And once I started to add these superfoods, which, as Mary was saying, they're whole foods, they're micronutrient dense, there's no isolates, they're actually grown in healthy soils, which is amazing because only 97% of our soils are considered lacking nutrition just because of our farming practices, conventional farming practices. So these are watered with mineral rich spring water, and they're grown in soil that creates nutrient density. And that was a huge game changer for me. Just within 3 days of adding these in, cravings went away. I finally felt nourished. And after 90 days of just adding these in, it allowed me to get back to an athleticism and fitness that I hadn't been in 15 years. And it really balanced my hormones. So there's so much power and beauty of getting easily absorbable food that's whole foods that's raw, it's alkaline. Again, it's grown in nutrient dense soils, and it's easily absorbable by the body. And so let's just break down a couple of these things. This is the power shake, and this is getting your microgreens in, and you just add a few scoops in with water, and it's living, it's wind dehydrated, it's vine ripened, all of these really important things. And that's going to give you your nutritional value for the day. And it's also going to be alkalizing. It has your healthy fats, and it just covers your bases as far as your whole food vitamins and minerals and micronutrients. And it's delicious. Mary's children cannot get enough of it. I love when my nephews are here, they're just like, more shake. And then this is part of our athlete shake. This is our MVP sport. And what's special about this is it also has easily absorbable nutrients that your body is going to utilize. And it has adaptogenic herbs like rhodiola and eleuthero, and amazing herbs for your adrenal glands. So that's just going to support your recovery and also your endocrine system, which is a really important system of our body. And then we have this Can't Beat This, which I love. Mary was just talking about this. It helps to oxygenate your body, and it helps to make it so that you're not sore after big workouts. And it also really supports that circulation and that blood flow, which increases that recovery. And so this has amazing herbs in it that are also adaptogenic and amazing for brain and nervous system, for that mental clarity. So much of getting our bodies going is not only the physical energy, but the mental clarity as well. So that this covers both of those bases and helps speed up that recovery time. Like Sammy was talking about, how she goes on big expeditions, but she's not sore. So it's amazing. I just gifted some of this to my personal trainer, and he's like, whoa, this is keeping me alive. And then we have our plant-based amino acids. And again, all of this is whole foods. And so this is easily digestible. It's 99% bioavailable, whereas most of our proteins are only 11 to 36% bioavailable, meaning we're not utilizing or absorbing all of our proteins, which then our kidneys have to eliminate those excess proteins. So this takes that burden off your kidneys, off of your liver, and it goes straight towards rebuilding. We're even using these in hospitals for people that are dealing with injuries or, a lack of mobility. This is helping them to build muscle even while having immobility for whatever they're recovering from. So this is really powerful, and it supports your organs and your tissues and your connective tissues. So skin, all of that. And then we have a super xanthan, which is a really powerful antioxidant. Again, whole food. It protects you from the inside as like a natural sunscreen because it's so antioxidant rich. And it also speeds up that recovery. So I take this after workouts. And we have our apothecary, which is amazing for resetting your circadian rhythms, really supporting that kidney filtration to clean up our lymphatic system. And it helps to address inflammation in the body. So this you take before bed. It's a fun little ritual. You can have it with, just warm water as a tea, or just with water, and it helps you to sleep amazing and have amazing dreams as well. So that's going to increase that recovery rate. So we have a couple of options as far as getting started goes. One is just our maintenance program, which is our Core 4, which comes with those foundational greens. It comes with our gut microbiome support, which is right here. And these are herbs and ancient soil. And what it does is it helps your body it's the only clinically studied product that allows you to eliminate glyphosate from the body. Within 6 weeks, 75% of glyphosate is eliminated. And glyphosate is the main ingredient in Roundup. And what it does is it not only kills off our soil and those microorganisms, but it acts as an antibiotic in our own body, killing off that microbiome diversity. And it's so important to have that microbiome diversity for our mood, for our emotional well-being, for our serotonin and dopamine production, and for our absorption of food. And one of the things that glyphosate does is it actually creates leaky gut. It damages those tight junctions in our gut. And if we have toxins leaking into our bloodstream, that's going to impact our immune system. That's going to impact our nervous system and our neurological health. So it's really important to support our gut microbiome health. And I love this. This was a huge part of my own transformation journey, both physically and emotionally, as far as really absorbing my nutrition and repairing my hormone balance. So that comes with it as well. So that covers your main bases. You have your building, you have your micronutrients and your phytonutrients, you have your gut microbiome support, and you have this powerful antioxidant for deep sleep and recovery. And that ends up being $6 a day. And, you know, most of us, it's hard to even get a snack at the store for $6. So this, again, it just covers your bases. And then we have our other program, which is like our full 30-day immersion. And that allows you to have these superfoods twice a day, which is what I recommend. And that's $11 a day, which is basically like a coffee and a croissant. And something that I love about these is you're getting such nutritional value and content that I find I eat 2/3 less food because I feel so nourished at that cellular level. So that's our second option. And then our third option is to join us in our athlete program, which includes, you know, that core 4 foundational nutrition. And it also includes that, you know, super xanthan and the can't beat this and the protein shake, you know, for recovery and all of that. So those are the 3 differences. And I'll show you. Oops, Mary, if you want to allow me to share the screen.
Oh yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, so I'm just going to show you the few options. It's very easy. Whoever invited you here actually has a discount for you where you can receive 25% off. And again, it does come down to like $11 a day for the full 30-day transformation, which is amazing because it's covering all of your bases and it gives you those 2 superfood servings a day. And from there, all you need is some fresh fruits, some fresh veggies, 1 additional meal in the day. And we have all of that covered in our support group, including amazing recipes. So let me just show you. So this is where you're, you know, if you want to check it out, please check this out. Your friend can send this to you, but basically it just has reviews. It shows you what's inside. And if you wanted to get started, you can go for one of our kits. This is our 30-day transformation kit. It's very easy. And you'll have their gift card code. So just you can apply that and ask your friend. And then again, here's if you wanted to add anything on, it's like the can't beat this. The Aloe Digest is also amazing for supporting digestion and gut microbiome health. Our Cocoa Hydrate comes with the athlete kit. It rebalances your electrolytes and ups your hydration. So these are just simple things that you can add on if you want to. And then we do have an amazing smart order savings. And what this does is it allows you to maintain that 25% discount and sets you up for success. Like I said, I had a huge breakthrough in a 90-day program of really starting with that 30-day transformation and then adding in the core 4 as maintenance. And now I just live on these superfoods because I haven't found anything that matches the quality or the purity, or that makes me feel so good. And it also saves me a ton on my grocery bill. So the smart order is also there for you. It'll help you increase your savings and give you additional savings and free products in the future. So I just wanted to show you how simple that is. And I'll go ahead and get back out. Oops. Sorry, I can't find the exit. Oops, it's not letting me close this out. There we go.
It should be at the top of your page, yeah.
There we go. It was hidden down at the bottom. So yeah, with our support, you get our group container, and that's amazing because as you know, Mary and Sammy were sharing, that accountability is so important. Even if it's something that you really want to do, it's nice to do it with others and to have somebody that's guiding you. And we also have some great workouts from Dr. Zach Bush that are like 5 minutes long. And to me, it's just consistency. You know, if we take baby steps towards our goals and we have that consistency, we're going to get to where we want to go. And having that encouragement and being seen and witnessed throughout your transformation process is really important. So we have 3 meetings, one as we begin, which we're going to start on the 21st. And if you have any friends or family that you'd love to do this with, invite them in, because it's powerful to do it in community and transform together. And so we'll have our opening call, our welcoming call on the 21st, that where you can meet everyone and connect in person and share your intentions and your goals. And then we'll also have a mid-month meetup and a closing meetup. And every single week we have support Q&A calls where you can ask us questions and also share your process and your wins and your takeaways and how it's going for you, as well as connect into the community. And in that we'll have even, you know, daily check marks, making sure you're getting your community time in, making sure you're getting, you know, at least 5 minutes of nature time, getting outside, and amazing recipes. So it's a great accountability container. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm going to pass that back to you, Mary, and thank you all for being here. I'm just very excited for this and excited to do it with you. I've already been kind of diving into all of this support and this athletic support, just gearing up for this and just getting excited. And I'm really feeling the difference as well.
Yeah, awesome. And then if you're a guest, please drop a 1 in the chat, because we are going to do a Can't Beat This giveaway on this call. So one of you who is a guest, drop a 1 in the chat. I'll randomize your names, and one of you will get a special Can't Beat This just to try it out. And you can connect with whoever invited you here to this call to receive that. So I see that there's a couple questions. How long does it take to receive your kit? It depends on where you are, but it can literally be anywhere from 3 to 10 days. If you're on the East Coast, it's the latter. But also we do start the welcome call and everything on the 21st, but we will be having people join us all throughout the month. So if you start a couple days late, that's okay. If you want to start a couple days early, if you get started and you decide, hey, I want a friend to do this with, you can join them in, because the support group is ongoing during the 30 days of transformation. So hopefully that answers your question, Angie, and you can get back with whoever invited you. And yeah, any guests want to drop a 1 in the chat for I Can't Beat This giveaway? All right, well, Angie, since you're the only one that's dropped a 1 so far, we're going to gift you a Can't Beat This. Thank you for coming. And you can type in the chat who invited you here, or get back with them, and we can get you that to get started on that. And Rita, anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to add, you know, it's okay if like you get your kit and it arrives a little bit late, you can still come into the group and be there in our support. And, you know, feel free to invite others to do it with you. And, you know, it's okay. We'll have everything lined out for you to get started at your own pace. And again, we'll meet you wherever you're at based on your goals. So we have like a few different options as far as how you can do your transformation.
Yeah, and when you order, you can get access to the support group. So even if your kit's not with you yet, you can get in there and you can start, you know, fiddling around on the recipes and check out some of the workout routines we have in there, and just get yourself prepared and ready and excited. So thank you everyone for joining us, and we hope to see you in the group support container, and have a beautiful and wonderful day.